Leo, and today I'm going to talk about Hades, explained chapter 1 about a resource system. Um, so in the prologue, we talked about the end game goal, which kind of went through how you can play Hades in a sort of efficient way. And currently, I was at about like 30 for sorry, I think around 40 runs of my normal Hades file, and I just casually beat some 30 to 32 hits run with the long range weapons, and they were pretty easy. Didn't I mean just go for it. I will share the experience about those runs, but in the some the weapon or the hits system. But for now, the first one is about the resource system. And so, firstly, why am I going to talk about resource system? Because it is very simple. There are not a lot of contents, so it's very easy for me to start something with. But if you think about it, the resource system is generally the foundation of a game. There are something weapons that are totally different categories, but for resource, it's kind of related with a lot of things. Actually, it is related with weapon. I mean, Titan Blood. So yeah. So now, when we talk about the resource system, usually in a game, they are always normally it's always about macro and micro. And for the macro wise, it's kind of like a strategy level. And I would say that the generally resource management is a part of it, and something how you can build your character. Yeah, that is another thing as well. And micro wise, it's about how good your control is, and something like reflection, and instant situation awareness, these kind of things. They are a highly individual dependent. So basically, how good as a player, as a human, how good your reflection is, and maybe your age counts as well. Younger people are generally considered better than older people, and yeah, a lot of things. But macro wise, it's kind of something you can learn, and everyone can learn, everyone can have the adapt to the same strategy. It's if you play Diablo 3, I mean the first 10, 20, or even 100,000 players usually have exactly the same build, because that is how it's macro-wise is very easy to learn. And for Hades, it's a roguelite action game, and these games tend to be very micro oriented, and the difference between a good player, average player, and just a not really bad player, but yeah, casual player, the main difference is about micro. But for macro, it's also important, but sometimes it's just ignored. Because if you casually just play this game, I mean, as I mentioned in my previous video, if you just take on this game, you don't watch any playthrough, you want to enjoy the game all by yourself, you explore it, then maybe you will end up with some situation like me. But now it's overall age that even actually playing the game is kind of rare. A lot of people, they just watch stream and everything. But if you do play, and if you learn from, you tend to learn from the streamers, then hopefully you can learn from math strategy macro wise as well. And now, then let's generally talk about the resource types. So firstly, as I said, if you don't care, you just play the game. You have like you want to beat the game, like you don't care beat the game in your like 30, 40th run, and you don't mind to like you just keep farming and just beat the game for 10 times at your like 100 runs or something, then like this video basically doesn't really do much for you because you don't need anything to like to teach you that. Everyone can do that. But yeah, if you like do have like some goal or some like attempt to like finish game as early as possible, progress as fast as possible, then like the resource management type, the strategy is kind of like important. And I mean, I had like 7 saves, like more than 200 runs, like already. But still, I learned new thing when I started a new save if I want something. So yeah, that's why I'm going to talk about this. And generally, like there are 2 main kinds of like resource types. One, I call them like universal, which is something that they are permanent. Like the collectibles, you get them, you keep them, yeah, period. And another is like kind of like some temporary thing, which like I would say that they are just for you to make a specific build for a run. And it's very straightforward. So like universal wise, we have like collectibles and house contract upgrades and progress. So progress is perhaps something that a lot of people they just didn't know, because as I said, if you just have one single giant save file, you keep playing, and then like you get there, then you get there. You didn't know that yeah, it's actually there's some like strategy, some management, like different way to management this to manage this. But if you really think about it, actually that is a resource. Basically, it's your time. So like how efficient you use your time to progress the game. So that is something related to that. And for the build thing, it's very simple. So you have currency, which is gold, and the only exception that is not something else like the other like power ups. The only exception is a VIP card, which you get by beating Kyron the merchant, and it you can only keep it for for the current run. What it does is that it saves like 20% gold for all the purchases, including the final diamond and or titan blood. And so it is useful like for, or not really for early game. Early game perhaps it's pretty hard to beat Kyra anyway. So for mid game, it's help you to collect and diamond and titan blood, and for the late game, it helps you to basically buy your stuff. But of course, maybe that is a wrong statement, because in late game perhaps you don't really want to fight Chiron. So yeah, I don't know that part. I don't think for like a high heat run you will want to challenge Chiron. But if it's just a 30 or like 32, yeah, it's definitely doable. So depends, and then you have like a god build, then why not? So. And the power-ups, there are not much to say. There will be some new episode about those. And basically, the resource management wise, you just buy them to help you pass the game, and that is it. So that is not a lot of to say. But the others, I think there are some like aspects I can talk them through. So firstly, let's talk about this like collectibles, the common traits. So from Ratchet Broker, from the wiki, and in game, it's very easy to see this trade, and basically everything can trade from gem to Titan Blood, and This is very straightforward. It's they're available there all the time, and the thing that I want to mention here is that if you plan to play this game like just have like more than 100 runs, you like you there's no reason for you to trade for the diamond, ambrosia, and titan blood. The diamond, it is used to unlock a specific house contract upgrades, like the fishing thing, and to buy some like contracts, so to get you like the summon, things like that, but not a huge deal. So you may end up with a lot of diamond you want to trade, and but don't, because as I mentioned in my previous end game video, so if you like keep playing the game and keep beating the game, you will get like enough ambrosia and titan blood, and you only need the early ambrosia to unlock your favorite and update your favorite summons. For me, it's what is the name, the girl, I mean the girlfriend, yeah. So like Mag. So for Magra, it's very fast for you to unlock his her summon. So you just aim for it, like, and like but still, like when you get there, you will have like enough ambrosia, I mean 10 to just maximize it. And the next one, my preferred is the Sisyphus, because his summons gives you darkness, which help you like just help you to restore your health, of course, and it's a permanent resource. So like in mid game, it's very useful. And for the end game, I would say just switch back to Mag, because Magra's summon, like it's instant, has good damage, and a lot of like the top players, they use the same as well. I'm not a good player. If they use that, it must be a reason for it, right? And yeah. So and then Titan Blood. So again, the same thing applies. So Titan Blood, it's not something like summons you only unlock one or two. You do need to like maximize at least one aspect of like each weapon, if you want to take the advantage of the 20% darkness update. But the question is like, do you need that? Do you need to maximize it right away? I would say that no, because in mid game, after you unlock most of the mirror updates, like basically it doesn't matter. You just use the first you just use the basic aspects of the game, also of the weapon, and you like you just you can beat the game with no issue because the mirror updates are very powerful. So like if you have the right mirror upside, again, the mirror setup, that will be in another episode. So that will be like helping you a lot. Then just maybe like 10-20% of your cast damage. It is good, nice to have, but you don't need to maximize it right away in like a really low hit, like below 10 hits. There's no point. So save them, save your diamond, because you really need this diamond to unlock all the music. That is a lot of diamond, and you will not have enough gem to get your diamond in that way, because the cosmetic updates requires a lot of gem as well. So yeah, don't trade in the early game. But for there's an exception, is that for the early game, you at some point you do want to trade keys. The reason is that if you trade, you want to further, you want to unlock the mirror updates, so that it helps significantly help you progress the game, and so that you don't fail the runs. You always have like a 100% success run save. So that is because like I just try to like progress as fast as possible by like having enough keys to unlock this. And another thing is that you need to like you want to unlock the weapons as like fast as possible, because the order is that you unlock the so you purchase the all the four, sorry, the rest of three weapons: the bow, the shield, and the lance. This is lance, but yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Varatha. So after purchasing this, then like the next time you enter the graveyard, and the mail phone will be revealed, and you can purchase the feast. And then next time you enter it, you can purchase the what is called the pew pew pew, the rail. And after that, the next time you enter the room, you will be able to review the aspects. And review the aspects as early as possible will significantly help you to like your early games. If you use for example, if you use a basic aspect of the sword, it is really weak. But at least Poseidon, the cast sword, that helps a lot. And for the shield, it's a powerful weapon, but it's very slow. It's basically, the shield is something that it can guarantee you a successful run as long as you turtle. But you don't like turtle. But when you like unlock the Zeus aspects, then the output is like it just ramped up significantly. And the same thing for like the rail. If you use the third aspect, I think it's diameter. I forgot it's diameter or not, but yeah, perhaps not. But basically you manually reload, and that is very powerful, much better than the default one. So after that, then like that will be like the order. So that is why when I was talking about the keys. I mean, like if you need these keys to unlock all the weapons first, and then you need the keys to unlock the mirrors, and then you can basically trade your key. And whenever like you feel like you need to reset your mirror, don't hesitate, do it. It's just a 10 gem. It's basically free. So, and if you don't feel like because in the early game you need to constantly change your mirror, especially after you get the alternative sections from some dialogue from of Nyx. Well, actually that is the funny part, because if you keep beating the game without losing to Hades, actually it would be pretty late for you to firstly obtain the codex from Achilles, and secondly to unlock the alternative settings from Nyx. So these are like will be pretty like late. I think maybe around you actually like get the queen back. So yeah, to be aware of that. And for like another exception is about Nectar. So again, I wouldn't recommend the trade gem, because you want to leave the gem for the cosmetic updates, because otherwise you will end up with some useless like Ambrosia and Titan Blood in the late game. But in the middle game, you do need more nectar to help you unlock all the to basically create a bond with the gods and your friends and everyone. The nectar will be like short. So I personally I'm not 100% sure whether you should trade some like gem for nectar. I tend to not. I'm leaning towards to not, because there are some really expensive cosmetic updates. But